everybody, time for another project here on the old Toyota. So probably saw the light lenses we did on the tail lights last time. This time we're going after a failure item. This isn't just cosmetic. This is necessary. So you can see we got a couple boxes here on the truck. This is one thing we're going to put in is this master cylinder that we got from Oreilly's. They basically had that in stock, and then here's the slave cylinder. So as those parts would indicate for you, we've got clutch problems. So this is the clutch master cylinder that we're going to have to change. So you can see that there, and the fluid in it's pretty dark and everything. We already swapped out all of the brake fluid, but we actually had not done the clutch fluid and the seals and everything in that, because that's an original part, are kind of old. So if you look in here, you can see where we got some leakage happening. My son brought it to my attention that there's this has been leaking, so we're gonna get to work on fixing that. We just have to undo it from the pedal right up there. So disconnect it from the pedal. I think there's one bolt or so, and we'll get that thing out. But seals failed, so that's what we got to do. Shouldn't be super hard. As you can see, we can get to the pedal there pretty easy. Don't even have to take anything apart. And then this is this part. Now we're also going to replace this slave cylinder, which if you come around here to the passenger side, you look right down. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it really well. I'll try to change the focus. It's not going to change the focus. There you go. It's down in there. I can't really, you can kind of see, if you know what you're looking at, you can see the little bleed nipple on that thing down there, right in the middle of the screen. But it's over there, so we're going to work on that, get that swapped out as well, because if the master cylinder failed, you know, old seals and all that, then that leads you to believe that the slave cylinder is probably not that far behind it. We had this problem on the BMW before, and the master cylinder just gave out where it would make no pressure. Car got stuck in, you know, the clutch was stuck, so you couldn't do anything with it. Couldn't really drive it, so that's the problem if that happens. So we're gonna go ahead and get to work on this. So let me dive in. I'm not sure if I'll disconnect the line out here first or go in there on the pedal, but anyway, we're gonna get started on it, get this knocked out. Shouldn't be the really hard project, but definitely a necessity. So you can see I went ahead and started out here. So what we got is our 10 mil line wrench. Those of you that don't know what it is, it's just a wrench that's like this, so kind of grabs all the way around. That's what we got. This one's rusty. I don't know, probably from the flood last year, and I just never cleaned it out. But anyway, we busted that loose. It actually came loose pretty easy, no big deal. So I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect that after I get a paper towel to stick under there and soak up the brake fluid that's going to come out more than likely. All right, everybody, here's what's going on down here with the pedal. As you can see, that the black area up here, I can't get my finger, there you go, right up there, that right there, that's where it's leaking. See, when you push the pedal, see how it's wet, it's leaking. So what I got to do is disconnect that master cylinder that sticks through the firewall from the sorry, bug got me, from the pedal itself. So I'm going to work on doing that. You can see there's a nut there, so I'll figure out how to get this apart and then get back. Okay guys, we're going to get back up under here and try to show you. So there we go. So all you got to do, that's a 13 millimeter nut. You go ahead and bust that loose, keep going, back it all the way out, and it's going to spin the shaft. Basically, once you spin that shaft enough, it'll come out of that little bracket thing that's right there, and then you can you know, it's basically disconnected. So now I'm going to go back outside because I think there's a bolt out there that holds the whole thing in, and then we can pull it out of the firewall once we get the you know, hydraulic line completely disconnected out there. So I'm going to go do that. All right. right, we're back outside. So there you can see there's a bolt right there that holds that, and then there's another one right down in there. Those are 12 mils, so I'm gonna get to work on getting those things out. All right, I think you can see now that there's a hole. So yeah, those 2 bolts, those are 12s, then undo that line. And as long as it's disconnected from the pedal inside, slides right on out. So then what we did with that sucker, as you can see our trail here, because it's leaking the whole way, is it found its new home right here. So there you go. That's the old one, right in the old trash can. Probably original, looks like it. And it was definitely leaking. So the seals in there blew. Now you can rebuild these supposedly. There's instructions in the Toyota manual on how to do that, but since a brand new one is only like $30, yeah, I don't know. I may take this and stick it in the old parts bucket just to have it since it's original. I don't know that it even says Toyota anywhere on it, but that's about all I can see there as far as markings. So I don't know, I might do that, but for now, since it was leaking, it went right there so it can continue to leak into that mess. And then we'll get to work on putting the old brand new one in. Okay, here we are looking at our new part. There's your part number. Power Torque is the brand and stuff. I got it from Oreilly's. That's where I got it from. And yes, it says made in China, but I mean, what can you do? I don't think you can get Toyota ones anymore. So anyway, like I said, it's like 30 bucks. I also realized that this is done differently here. So I guess I disconnected it a different way, but now that I see that this comes with it like this, then I'll look back in there and maybe there's an easy way to like pull a pin or something on that, and then that'll be good. Otherwise, this looks like the right part. I believe everything looks the same. Looks like, but we'll see as we go to install, see what's going on with it. But this looks good so far. Let me go see if I can get that bracket thing right there off, and then that way I can just put this whole brand new thing back in. All right, I'm gonna try to film this for you, get you a good shot. So I think right there you can see there's a pin with a little cotter key in it. But there's also, you could see the spring. That spring is what holds the pedal up. So, and it's on that same pin that goes through that little U-shaped bracket. So I got to pull the cotter pin, but I also got to pop that spring off of there without making it go crazy and losing it. So I'm going to work on that with some needle nose pliers probably, take care of both of those things. The spring's not real heavy, so it should be doable. But that's what we're going to do, is pull that spring off, then pull the cotter pin, then get the pin itself out. Then we'll be ready to run in here with the new part. All right, everybody, success. So the old needle nose pliers there. This is the pin. So you can see right there where the indented part is, that's where the spring for the pedal return is. Then you got your hole right there for the little cotter pin. There's your U-shaped bracket that I unbolted, or unscrewed to get my other thing out, but I didn't need to do that. What I should have done was just do what I did right now, but now I know. And then there's your little cotter pin. So those two pieces go back in. This piece goes to the trash can, and yeah, so we're gonna jab the new piece back through the hole. We'll worry about putting this part onto the pedal as we in the pedal as we go. But for now, we're going to work on getting the new part shoved back in through the firewall and get some nuts started out there to hold it in place, and keep on working on getting this thing reinstalled. Okay, we got the new one in here. I'll go ahead and let you learn from my mistakes. I went ahead and shoved it all the way through the hole, put it on the studs and everything, and then tried to connect the that hard line for the fluid. Don't do that. I had to pull it back off. I mean, I didn't tighten it all the way down. I just like literally slid it on there and got the nuts started. But I purposely left it loose so I'd have some wiggle room, but it wasn't enough. So what you got to do, get the hard line in there first, That way you don't cross thread it. You can wiggle it around as you need to, then slide it home all the way through. But it does go in, it fits, everything's perfect as far as fit and all that. So far so good. And yeah, now we'll go ahead and finish tightening up that hard line, then get it bolted in from this side. I'll check and make sure that the little U thing is in the right place on the other side before I bolt it in. So I'm going to work on all that and hopefully come back and show you that it's pretty much in. All right, slid that home. I checked and made sure that the U-shaped thing inside was on the pedal correctly. And that is bolted in, everything's tight. So we'll stay done there until we're ready to put fluid in it. Now let's jump inside and we'll work on that next part. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in and get to work on connecting up that pin and everything. All right, everybody, back with you again with some challenging camera work, but as you can see, that is connected. Everything's good to go, except I need to tighten up that kind of that retaining nut, and then it'll be all done. So that's the last piece of it, and the master cylinder is changed out. Then we got to work on the slave cylinder, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow because I got to go walk dogs and all that good stuff for tonight. But really not a lot of tools. A couple of wrenches, didn't even need the screwdriver, some pliers, and this is all done. So all right, off to the next step. All right, everybody, next morning we finished up with that master cylinder last night, but between the bugs and the other things like dog walking and dinners and stuff, called it a night. Now we're back at it this morning. So this is what I've done in order to get myself underneath this side of the truck for the slave cylinder. I just jacked it up and then stick that under there. That way it's all good, and I don't have a jack in my way, or I'm sorry, a jack stand in my way, right where I need to be, because that's typically where you want to put the jack stand. So we're gonna go ahead and dive under here and get to that slave cylinder. All right, folks, here we are underneath. There's what we're going after right there. So it's just 2 bolts and then the hydraulic line, which is on the front of it. So we're gonna get to work. Those might be 12s, 13s, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out when we get over there and get this thing taken out. All right, folks, here we are on this thing. You can see I've gotten the hydraulic line taken off of this. It connects right up here on the front. There you go. So it connects right there. There's a rubber line, so that's why it comes down so easily. Right above that little bracket right there is a rubber line. So anyway, that's where that comes off, right by the bleeder screw. So that's off. Now all I got to do is finish taking the 2 bolts off that hold it to the actual transmission. And you can see there where it compresses against the bar on the clutch itself. So anyway, we'll finish taking those off, get it out, go put it on the bench, look at it next to the new one, make sure it all matches, and then we'll come back and start putting the new one in. All right, folks, it's out. There you can see your 2 bolts. Those are 12 millimeters. So all you need to do this is a ratchet with a 12 millimeter short socket and your line wrench there, 10 millimeter line wrench, and you're good to go. This will come out, and we can, like I said, we'll get the new one after we look at it and see what it looks like. Make sure it's the same. Okay, everybody, here we are with the slave cylinder part of this job. I already showed you the parts and stuff, but again, this came, this is what? Power Torque. Anyway, it came from Oreilly's. There's the old part number. There's the new one. There's the old one. If you look at them, they look the same. Now this one had not failed yet. It does not appear to be leaking at all. Seems to be working, but you can see it's rusty. You can see it probably original. And if the master cylinder went, there's a good chance this one was gonna go not long after, because obviously they've been used the same amount. So everything looks good. So now we'll just take the new one over to the truck and get it bolted up, and then we can do the bleed process. All right, folks, here we go. The new one's in. There you go. That's connected in the front. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. I'm all up underneath here, but anyway, you can see that's all connected. That's on there. Make sure your little plunger is right in the middle of that. You can compress that with your hand and stuff. You just have to you know, put it in the right spot, and then kind of compress the plunger till you can get your bolts lined up, get them started. And yeah, so it's just those 2 bolts, and reconnect that line. I've done that. So now the only thing left to do is bleed it, but I need help to do that. Somebody's got to get inside and pump the pedal. So take a break, go get some water and whatnot, and then see if I can get somebody out here to help me bleed this thing. All right, I'm going to move on to the first step. So we're back up top here. Here's our lid that normally sits right there. Just pop that off. It's just rubber, comes off pretty easy. You can see in there, there's like a little black thing that floats. That was in the last one too. And then here's our good Oreilly's .3 brake fluid, because that's what you use. Some of these, they just, clutch and brakes use the same reservoir, but this one doesn't, has a separate one. So we're just gonna fill that one up, because that's step 1 of bleeding this whole thing, is getting some fluid in the system. So I'll fill that up, and then I'll get my helper out. All right, folks, so I'm done. This thing is all topped off, ready to go. You can see the little black thing at the top. We bled this out. So for those of you who don't know how to do that, basically you get somebody in the truck, have them pump the pedal, I don't know, 5 times, and then you get down here underneath, and you can see the, I don't know, you might be able to see the little bleed nipple down there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's down there. So you do that, you loosen that, and it lets some air out. Then you close it, then you tell them to pump the pedal, I don't know, 5, 6 more times. Loosen the little bleed nipple down there, and then it'll squirt some air, maybe some fluid out. And you just repeat and repeat and repeat. At first, you'll see it is not pushing the lever that it's supposed to push up against. I don't know if you can see under there where it's supposed to push, kind of hard. But anyway, you'll notice that it's not pushing the lever for the clutch, but eventually it'll start, and it'll get more and more and more. And every time you open that, you'll get, at first just air, then you'll get some air and some fluid, then you'll get fluid. In this case, we did it a few extra times, just try to push until I was seeing really clear, clean fluid come out, because I was trying to evacuate all the fluid out of those hard lines, like I said, that go down under here, up along here. You can see the hard lines go there and then work their way down. So just wanted to clean all the old fluid out of there, because it was probably original too. So anyway, this is all done, and I mean, we'll do a test drive and everything, but we checked it, making sure that we could put it in gear, all that kind of stuff. So pushed it back and forth just a little bit to make sure that the truck was moving in neutral. But anyhow, this is all done. We'll button this one up. We got a couple other projects coming up. One thing is, I don't like how those look compared to those. So I think they replaced these turn signals, the lenses, and these they didn't. If you saw a previous video, we did the tail light, switched them all to LED. So we'll probably do that here in the front, bring that up to date a little bit. And then, you know, for those of you that have issues with your interior, oh look, a little lizard. We got this problem on the floor, which, you know, we got that problem. So I'm gonna get a new mat, like a whole floor mat for this thing. We'll get the seats out and all that. So those are the things coming up, just so you know what we're doing, to try to bring this thing back up to date a little bit better and make it look nicer. So that's all for now. Hit the subscribe so you'll see when the next videos pop up on this old truck. So come back next time.